Captain, a vessel approaching.
On screen.
We're being hailed.
Every weekend over at gearwebsites.com, our online store, we have free Patch Friday. And that means that every order placed on our store on Fridays is going to include at least one free patch. So that's every order with no coupons, no minimum order, no codes needed. You place the order on Friday, and when it arrives to you, it's going to have at least one free patch. Your support means a lot to us, and financial support is critical. So thanks again to the people who keep us online through purchases at gearwebsites.com.
It's 11:59 at Radio Free America, and this is Uncle Sam with music and the truth until dawn. Right now, I got a few words for some of our brothers and sisters in the occupied zone. The chair is against the wall. The chair is against the wall. John has a long mustache. John has a long mustache. It's 12 o'clock, Americans, another day closer to victory. And for all of you out there on or behind the lines, this is your song.
Unmute and then welcome everybody to our Daily Gun Show. Come to you live on Friday evenings like this to take a look back at the week and what it meant to our Second Amendment. We do this live, and I definitely appreciate the interactive nature of the internet and the conversations that we have online. So thanks to everybody who's showing up for it. Casey is the first one showing up this evening. Welcome. See if anybody else shows up. We're broadcasting on the X, over on Instagrams, and of course here on YouTube. And what do we do here? I need to, screen share. I guess
For hundreds of years, we knew our local...
I probably should have done this before the show. I thought I was all good. Thought I had everything all set up. Just kind of kicking back and just waiting for the time to run out before the show started. And then I figured out I did not screen share. I'm supposed to. So I'm getting that ready in the background here. And I guess I do have it right here. I think I can do this. So welcome, everybody. All right, nice patches. Right on. I don't know which ones you're talking about, but thanks. So we're going to take a look back. I've been doing this the last couple of weeks. Give me some feedback on how I think this works. But we're just looking back at my YouTube history. So if you click on this little dealie here, that's how I get to my subscriptions all the time. But I'm going to click on history. And this is basically what the channel has been watching over the last week. And there's this show itself. So there we go. Starting off with that one. I was just listening to Mark Smith, and he was talking about Trump's position after the bullshit in Florida today. Was that today or yesterday? And oh man, he had another position on that one. This, I guess, has nothing to do with anything. This is just a squirt gun I was playing with when we were out camping the other day. There's Clover doing the video about some kind of gun. Then Edgar up in Colorado, going live for 22 minutes to go through, definitely not all, but a majority of their semi-auto firearms ban that they have to deal with now in Colorado. It's definitely bland and dry, and unfortunate that that's a factor of resistance to the bullshit. I mean, they're going to come at us with legal stuff, and in Colorado's case, they won. So now they have to decipher what exactly the infringements even are. It's pretty heinous listening to that. I just noticed that I'm covering everything when I do this, so I'll try to get over here and uncover. I think I'm still on Instagram. Yep, we're still on Instagram. I do forget to look at Instagram because the comments are separate, though, so feel free to comment on any platform you're listening on. Looks like Casey is on YouTube, I think, right? Yeah. So thanks, everybody. All right, so next up would be... Actually, I don't know if I watched this video. I think I was flipping through shorts and this one came up. But Spirit of Systems talking about some kind of pouch they make, probably. But this is the one I was watching. This is Psionics. Was getting a phone call in the morning, I guess, and department had ordered 168 rifles from them. That's pretty cool. Josh has been building rifles here in Tucson for a long, long time now. What is Instagram? That is just started out to be a photo sharing platform for people that were traveling, a way to post photographs while they traveled and maybe put some notes up there about where they were. And it was supposed to be like an instant, what was that called? The Polaroid, whatever, instant pictures that you would shake. And so it was kind of formatted after that. And the platform came out, and I don't know how long it actually existed with that as its main premise. But eventually people started using it really just to share pictures. And they didn't push it after a while and just said, okay, sure. Well, they leaned into the picture part of it. And it became a simple picture sharing social media platform. And at the time, all there was Facebook, which everybody hates. And then there was Twitter. At the time, it was old-fashioned Twitter with like 256 characters, and I don't even know if they had pictures. So Instagram was a big deal at the time. As the internet was kind of growing, people wanted to talk to each other outside of things like AOL or Facebook or stuff like that. They just wanted to talk to each other, and these apps gave them that power. And Instagram was outside of all the realms until Facebook bought it, and then it started to get lamer and lamer. So now it's pretty lame. I would say from about 2017 to 2020, there was a lot of money in the gun community on Instagram, or at least I was aware of a lot of money going around on Instagram. There could very well still be, but that was a time when there was a lot of focus on Instagram, and a good chunk of the community really used Instagram, and it was not resisting us. It wasn't anti-gun or anything at the time, so it really was worthwhile to put time and effort there. It's different now. Okay, that being said, thanks for the question or whatever. That's what it's all about. We got, I guess I was watching one of my own videos about this laser. I'm going to go ahead and play it because it's such a cool thing. Notice how I open it in a new window because I'm paying attention today. Hey, look at that. That's a commercial for the Laserpecker right before my video about a Laserpecker. That's cool. That's a bigger one than what I got. Mine's little. I would definitely appreciate that one. That would be pretty cool. What is that? Is that going to... Oh, I thought that was going to roll stuff. Is that going to roll stuff? Holy crap, that rolls stuff right past it. That is cool. Alright, well now you'll see mine, which is way smaller. Oh shit, that one can cut through wood. Why is that guy zapping all those toothpicks? Are you saying it can zap into wood or rock? Oh shit, I need to zap some rock. I learned a lot in this commercial. I wonder if mine is powerful as this. Let me know when you watch my video if you think that mine is going to be as powerful as that one they just showed right there. But that's the same company. Laserpecker.net. So I'm using the Laserpecker here at my desk, just right here with my laptop. And there it is, zapping onto the side of this wood grip. And it's doing a great job of engraving our logo on there. It's running from this cell phone right here, and you can check the status through the app. It's keeping track of the time and the temperature. And I can see that this is going to be a great engraving. This is definitely a fun and easy to use engraver. Hope this helped. I don't know. I think mine could be that powerful because I only did like 2 or 3 passes on that grip when I was doing it because I didn't know you could do passes. So that's interesting. I didn't know it could do rock. Anyway, so I was looking at my video, I guess. It's got 90 views. Another video I put up was this first aid kit. Yeah, I'm going to call it a first aid kit. You could call it an emergency kit, I guess. It was on with Yankee on Thursday. So if you want to check that out. I don't remember if we got any amazing questions or anything. But one day Matt will come back. You think Matt will ever come back? Get done coughing. I was watching this video with Professor Yamane and this guy, I don't know who he is, Ross Elliott, who has some kind of a magazine for a while. He was a publisher of the American Gun Culture Report. So it was interesting listening to a leftist gun owner having a conversation with Professor Yamane. Then, then we have another video by Four Boxes Diner. And I'm trying to remember now what the position was on this one. Oh, I think this one, his thing was he was seeing the Trump presidency needing more than one player on the playing field, or more than one piece on the chessboard. So I think he was talking about how there's a couple of posts that have been filled now that they can start to do things for Second Amendment things, issues that they needed to wait until these people got into place to be able to do. So he's saying that was good. And I think really a couple of days later when he's talking about this, he's kind of following up and saying, see, I told you, in a way. But he's definitely optimistic. Feel free to put in there if you're optimistic or not. There's DJ. Welcome. Hope everything's doing all right up there. Let's see. So DJ's talking about Free Patch Friday. Thanks for that. I put the link in there earlier. Actually, it's pinned on the YouTube side. So there was a commercial earlier, and that's what that was talking about. We have a store over there. Actually, people have been buying stuff at the store, so thanks for that. We went almost a year and a half without even an order. DJ ordered, but then that was it for like a year and a half. And then a couple of people have been ordering here recently, so thanks for the orders. Then we're talking about Dragon Mans. So Dragon Mans is awesome. You're those two kinds of people in the world. That's it. And some people would say men and women, and I would say no. I would say the two kind of people in the world are people that have been to Dragon Mans, that have met Dragon Man, and people that have not been to Dragon Mans. And that's it. You can try to make a big deal about it, but that's true. There is only two kind of people on this planet Earth. Those of us who have been to Dragon Mans and know Dragon Man, and everybody else, all the rest of you. So you're making that decision. There's been J.M. Davis, right? Imagine being able to go to the hotel when J.M. Davis had it and hanging out with him and bullshitting about guns. There's been, who else? Other people throughout the gun history that you could have hung out with and talked to or whatever. Has there been anyone like Dragon Man? No. Is he completely unique? Yes. Is he hanging out in Colorado, making his place bigger and bigger and bigger for people to come out and hang out? Yes. So he just bought another 40-something acres. As he explains it, is because if he didn't, a housing development was going to buy it and maybe even shut him down. So instead, he bought the 40 acres, and now he can expand and make, another 20 acres of dirt bike racetracks and longer shooting ranges. And you would think Dragon Man will get more hot rods. He'll probably have like a dedicated hot rod track. Or maybe he'll just have a bunch of Dragon Man cows out there. That's what's out there right now, I think. So he says that the land he bought it from, those people have had it since they homesteaded it 104 years ago. So it's pretty cool. Dragon Man is more than unique. He's accessible. He's literally one of the coolest things you could experience in the United States, in the world, on the planet Earth right now. And yeah, he's sharing it with everybody on YouTube. It's one of the coolest things about YouTube, even though YouTube pretty much sucks butt. Everybody tells you, or you hear a lot potentially about all the gun channels that are being harassed or annoyed by YouTube, always constantly ragging on them and horking on them. That is definitely the case. People that say that that's all for hype is bullshit. They're not getting picked on. They're probably not doing anything. But some of us aren't doing anything either. I'm going to go over here and show you my email. Look, if you go up a little bit past my eBay stuff I just bought, all I have is, so there's me playing with the Google app. There's creator newsletter, age restricted. From festival season, I did a super chat probably or bought some membership somewhere. Google automatically displayed something relevant. Sold something on eBay, and then age restricted, age restricted, age restricted, YouTube removed, age restricted. So pretty much every day I log on, I'm either getting an email from eBay or YouTube. And eBay doesn't shut me down. YouTube knocks videos down. So that definitely is an issue. And but in spite of all that, YouTube or Dragon Man's out here sharing on YouTube. I don't know if he's sharing on other places. He probably is. Hopefully he is. Then you got Gizzard doing a members only chat. If you're a member of Gizzard's channel, then you would know what that is. If you don't, then you don't know what it is. Looks like Hillbilly also does member only chats. Maybe you're supposed to know about that. Maybe you're not. I don't know. You could be a member by paying YouTube. Keep in mind, when you pay YouTube to be a channel member of anybody, YouTube keeps a third of that. So it's not necessarily the best way to support somebody, but it is a way to be, or to get access to extra perks and extras and things, hopefully. Then Gizzard does his real show, though, on Mondays now instead of Fridays. And they always do the intro with the Aegis Gun Care, so I end up watching that. It's good company, making good product. If you're interested, they support the community in lots of different ways. Channel I've been watching for a while now about the drones, the Pilot Institute. They do a Q&A. It's actually right before Gizzard, or right maybe during Gizzard, actually. That might have been at the same time as Guns for Everyone was doing his chat. But since I didn't watch it then, he was just talking about the boring semi-automatic ban, and it wasn't going anywhere, so I didn't listen to it live. I listened to it just before the show right now, actually. All right, so then we're going to go back to Sunday. So that's pretty much everything that happened throughout the week. The show's going to be fast, huh? Let's see. So then put up this thing about a Wi-Fi. Sorry, didn't I watch that? This was a pretty good one. Mike Drop had, what's his name? Jeff Teagues, who I don't think I have seen before. I'm actually, now that I'm thinking about it, actually he might have been on Teamhouse. Dang, you know what? He might have been on Teamhouse. Maybe I have seen this guy before. Let's try doing this. Let's open up this YouTube in a new window. Wow, let's see how slow my internet is. What's up with this? I thought I had fast internet. It's a good time to reflect on those of us that have slow internet and how we have to live, what we have to deal with. Y'all with your fast internets, don't even think about us being slow over here. So now I'm going to click on this. I'm going to go down to the subs, and hopefully it won't be too far down here. Maybe it will. Did I miss it? I usually watch that channel on the other computer, so that computer's not logged in, so I'm usually not logged in when I watch that stuff. But I was today, so that's weird. Was it right at the top and I just totally missed it? There it is. So if we go to the Teamhouse channel, and what was this guy's name? We type in this guy's name. As soon as I said, it seems like I hadn't seen that guy before. No? Let's put him up in the search here and see if I've seen him on somebody else's show. There's that one. I never watched that one. Oh, maybe I haven't. Maybe he just seems like somebody else. Or no, wait. No? So anyway, this guy was a pretty good interview, though. Close out that one. Delta guy who went to Panama. So that was a long time ago. Before me, even. So, wait. Maybe it was after me, even. No. Panama was right during me, actually. Shit. I think that was, no, it was right after. Anyway, Panama's long ass fucking time ago. Then we get Gun Owners Radio. They do their show on a premiere now, but there's still a bunch of people that show up and listen to it live, kind of live. They won't listen to the premiere live. Puerto Rican Pistolero is down in Puerto Rico right now, literally. So he was doing a rant instead of doing video game stuff. I was watching it for a while. It's pretty interesting, his take on the trade war thing. Would like to catch up with him about some drones that are made down in Puerto Rico. DJ saying it's a great channel. You mean Teamhouse? Thanks. Yeah, it is. It's a good channel. They just had a really good interview today with the first female 160th SOAR pilot. Or was she the first female, or was she the first female Little Bird? Either way, she was a Little Bird pilot. She might have been either the first female from the 160th or the first Little Bird in 160th. But either way, pretty neat. There's Krabby. Welcome. That's I Hate a Gizzard. Gizzard is out there. I need to get a box going for Gizzard. I have a box of stuff I gotta remember to get in the mail for Gizzard. Okay, then She Fires went live. I think I missed that one again. Just Sundays have been busy for me the last couple of weeks. Then we had Toby going live on Sunday mornings on the radio, and then he streams with his phone like this. Let's see. I didn't listen to this one, but Gizzard has got a new channel out there, Boomer Listens. So if you're interested in something a little different than the norm, then you can watch Gizzard listen to new music, or at least what would you call it, Gizzard? Pop music? I don't know what this kind of music is. Then they had the Mouse Party. Was I at the Mouse Party? I can't remember if I was there or not this week. I think I was. Yeah, we had bracket kind of late in the show. That's right. So we'll see if we'll have another bracket this week or not. He's been bracketing it up quite a bit. Last week, before the Mouse Party, Brooke had a recorded show with Charlie. And this week, I believe there's a recorded show with the Giz. With the Gizzard. The Gizzard, there we go. Then after the podcast last week, Tony said that they had KD on. So I went and listened to episode 3 of Locked, Cocked, and Unfiltered. That's these 3 guys who are instructors, kind of talking about gun-related stuff. And in this case, they're talking about Train and Learn, which is coming up here in a bit. So we got Train and Learn. Brings people together to train with firearms, learn from instructors, and then train from instructors. And then the learn is everybody shares their experience and their understanding of content creation and traversing the social platforms and the internet and whatnot, and running businesses, and they share all those kind of facets of the industry, the firearms industry, the training industry. But there's manufacturers that show up and content creators and all kinds of stuff. So I think probably the most pertinent thing that's happening in the gun community, the industry, the only negative I'd say is that KD hasn't franchised it or done it like quarterly or something to have a bigger impact. I like the way he's doing it with the hands-on and the way he does it, but I think that it would be great if more than, however many people is it? I forget what he caps it at, 25 or something people or entities. So I'd just like to see it happen more. Then Tony and I do a chat on Saturdays. I think he said he'll be available this week. I'm not sure. And then I was watching Jeff last week complain about Buc-ee's. So he's not going to be invited back to Texas anymore, I don't think. So that's about it. There was not that much stuff for 2A. I don't watch the hype. I certainly don't care about the stuff they're trying to sell you. I have experimented a little bit with using the robots to follow the events of what's going on, but they're not good at it yet. So I'm going to use the robots to help build some stuff. Without getting ahead of myself here, I've been learning how to build things on the line, and there's some new ways with some new tools or my new understanding of tools. It's not like the tools are new, but I think there's some ways that we can address some of the issues we have trying to keep track of all this stuff potentially. So with that, I guess I'll leave you hanging on that. We'll see if there's anybody else saying anything. Nobody's asking any questions. I'm actually paying attention to the Instagram today. I don't think we had one comment on Instagram, so there you go. We'll go ahead and just end Instagram since they're really not paying attention anyway. And that'll bring us back to the YouTube side. We're about a half an hour in, so I guess it'll be about a half an hour show today. You don't have to be quiet. You're allowed to be a part of this show. You're allowed to comment and participate. Let me know if I'm missing something. The goal is to pay attention to what happened throughout the week that focuses on what our Second Amendment protects. It's sort of like how do you eat an elephant? How do you eat the giant burrito challenge? Well, you don't just eat it all in one bite, right? You grab a knife and a fork or something, and you start taking a nibble out of that burrito. And that's the way I approach this. We can't know everything that's going to happen in the year for this. What's going on with the Second Amendment? It's really difficult to keep track of everything that's happening at that one time, even. But if we pay attention to it a week at a time, maybe we can have a bigger understanding. If we can do this consistently, then folks know that they can come to find a summary of the week. So I want to thank our Patreons. Dang it, I didn't have the banner going. I want to thank our Patreons who make this possible. They financially throw a couple of bucks at us. That's how it works with crowdfunding. Bunch of people throw in a couple of bucks, and that adds up. So if you got 10 people and they throw in $10, that turns into $100, and that's a server bill. Boom. We have 3 servers. We have some software, and I don't really think about the robots. I'm paying a lot of money for robots right now, but what I'm learning with those robots should really give us some potential new resources to keep track of how we're winning and where we're getting whooped. So with that being said, I guess nobody's saying anything anymore. I think let me close out here and find out what's happening. Cancel, and yep, nobody's saying nothing. So that's the end of it. Have a great night. Have a great weekend. Gizzard will be on Brooks' show tomorrow. I think Foss has his show coming up, so we'll see y'all then.
Ninja! Ninja! Ninja!
11:59 at Radio Free America, and this is Uncle Sam with music and the truth until dawn. Right now, I got a few words for some of our brothers and sisters in the occupied zone. The chair is against the wall. The chair is against the wall. John has a long mustache. John has a long mustache. It's 12 o'clock, Americans, another day closer to victory. And for all of you out there on or behind the lines, this is your song.